Okay, so here's a pepper review for the Mirasol pepper. And as you can see, it's an upright pepper. Looks like a horn almost. That is really wicked looking pepper. And pretty much they all grow that way. And so I need to get these big red ones off of here. So I got a couple more smaller ones coming out, and I really want these to get fully developed, so I need to get the red ones out of here so the plant can concentrate more on the green ones and put out more flowers, hopefully. But as you can see, it's a pretty good producing pepper variety. It does produce quite a bit. If you grow it in full sun by itself, the plant will probably put out 1 to 2 dozen peppers. Under my guesstimate, and if you prune those off early, you'll probably get a second harvest of another dozen. So you can get quite a bit off this plant. You just can't grow it in really crowded conditions. So it's a short, stocky type of a plant too. Keep that in mind. It's generally not a big growing plant, and it grows slower than the other plants. So this is the kind of plant you really need to grow by itself, or grow it along with your sheep nose peppers and your Bulgarian rotund peppers. And grow it along with those, because those are all short plants as well, and that way they all kind of grow at the same height. I don't know which plant does what. That's why you see all kinds of crazy stuff here, because I don't know which ones are short and stocky, and I don't know which ones are fast-growing, aggressive, monsters like over there. I mean, some of these plants are 5-6 feet tall already, and I didn't plan for them to get that big. But this one's a slow grower. It's short and stocky. It's not a real fast grower. If you grow it by yourself, yeah, you could get a 4-foot plant out of it, but it wants to be by itself so it gets full sunlight. So the plant is a waxy smooth stem, very much similar to a regular green bell pepper type variety. Very, very similar. And it's got a regular leaf, more like a narrow leaf, but I'm going to say it's regular leaf. I looked at some of the other leaves, and they kind of look stocky to me, So normally when I say the narrow leaf as opposed to the broadleaf, is the broadleaves usually have that, they bellow out in the back and come back like that. They have more meat and material back, where the narrow leaves tend to go straight across. And regular leaf I kind of designated as, it's kind of a little bit of both. It's large, but yet has no bellows in the back. So it's very narrow. It's just comes straight out and just like a spade shovel. So, and there's no purpling in the stem at all. It's pretty much, you might get a little purpling at the nodes, and that's kind of pretty much common with any variety of pepper, but there's no purpling in it at all. All right, and it's very smooth. There's no pubescence on it. And we're going to taste test this one right here. Even though I got to take them both off, we are going to taste test this one. And I actually did good and caught it. Didn't get it on camera, but let's take a look at that. I should take the other one off too. Let's pull this one off. This has got to come off too. That one I didn't catch. Alright. Well, this one's got a little bug damage, so here it is. A little bit of bug damage there. Yeah, insects can be a problem in the greenhouse once you get them. But generally, this is what they look like. Let me try to... That's what they look like. And show you this one being it's bigger. Now, I'm sure these get a lot bigger than this. If you grow it outside, you could probably get this double the size. These things will probably be enormous. But it's a very interesting shape. It's shaped like a horn, a devil's horn. It's really what they should have named this thing. And it's got a lot of darkening in it, and it's got a lot of interesting color. It's almost like it's got a square top. So it's perfectly square. See if this one's the same thing. See how it's kind of square, rectangular? Just a gorgeous looking pepper. Don't know if it's sweet, hot, have no idea. So we'll turn you around and we're going to take a bite on it. Alright, so here we are. We're doing a taste test on the Mirasol pepper. So here it is. Whoop. Nice and pointy. Show you the other one. Beautiful pepper. It's shaped like a horn. If you turn it upside down, it looks like the horn of the devil. That's cool, right? But this is the one we're going to eat here because it looks pretty good, and there are insects getting in the greenhouse and they are doing some damage. So hopefully it's not hot. I do not know if it's hot or sweet. We're going to find that out now. And Mirasol pepper going in. Now, there might be a little heat on it. There might be. I got to go up this pepper a little bit. As of right now, the way I bit it, I didn't really, there's no heat on it, but as I swallowed it, I can taste capsaicin in it. So that's telling me that somewhere along the line, this might have some heat, but it's not going to be a super hot pepper or anything. As far as the flavor on it goes, it's very sweet. It's a thin wall. Thin wall, and it's got a nice sweet peppery flavor. This pepper would go absolutely good with any kind of frying. This is one of those peppers, it's a frying pepper. It's the kind of pepper you just want to put with onions and garlic and you throw some mushrooms in there. I like to fry mushrooms. Put them in a pan, put a little oil down there, and give them get the pan really hot first so you can sear it. The idea is to sear it and remove it really quick. You don't want to cook it down to where it's soft. You want to sear it really fast, remove it from the pan, and that way it's not absorbing all the oil, and it just gets a nice quick burn on one side, and you're done. This pepper would be absolutely great for that. Let's take another bite and continue with the heat and see if there is any heat in it. There is some kind of heat on this. There is definitely some kind of heat on it. Not very much at all. If I was to put this like on a Scoville scale or compare it to another heat of another pepper, maybe a poblano, less than a poblano, maybe more on the lines of a pepperoncini or a pepperoncino. It's very low heat, almost undetectable, but there is something going on. There is a little bit of heat on it. It's the only way I can tell you that there's heat. A little bit of my lips are getting very slightly warm, almost undetectable. If it doesn't eat hot peppers, this might seem a little warm to you. If somebody who eats hot peppers on a regular basis, you're not even going to know it's hot. You're not going to feel it because you're used to eating very hot peppers, and you just adjust to that. You won't even feel heat on this, but there is some kind of heat on it, and it's a very warm kind of, but there is definitely heat on it. Now, a little bit of it just kind of went into my sinuses, almost made me sneeze. The heat's picking up a little bit towards the seeds. Now, again, not a lot. Not a lot. Just enough for me to start to try and give you an idea of a Scoville number. The flesh is softer than the skin, and when you eat it, the flesh comes off really, really easy. And then the skin just separates and then boom, sticks to your mouth. So, but they do break up and everything. But it can be as much as 100 Scoville units. It's starting to it's starting to affect the entire tip of the tongue, top and bottom, all around the edge. And it's not a stinging type of pulsating heat. It's like a slow warming effect. It's very slow and subtle. Not painful at all. It's actually very pleasurable, slow warming. But it's nothing to panic about. But there is warmth on that pepper. I will tell you that right now. That pepper does have a little warmth. It might vary from pepper to pepper. You might eat one and you get, like now, I'm saying about 100. This could be as hot, even a little more than that. I may even go to 150, possibly 200 Scovilles. It is picking up heat a little bit. And it is climbing a little. It's totally different from the tip of the pepper. I didn't even know it was there. But at the end of it, I feel it now. So there is some heat on it. It can be probably as hot as between 200 to 500, I'm going to say now, after letting the heat build. And it does kind of warm your lips up. It's one of those peppers that keep your lips slightly warm. But yeah, that's your pepper review for the Mirasol pepper. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.